Welcome back, everyone. I'm Tamron Hall, live in New York.
And I'm David Shuster, live in Washington. The big picture at this hour, free speech firestorm. The political world, as you know, is filled with hundreds, if not thousands, of websites and blogs where activists and the interested can register their feelings, thoughts, and analysis. One of the most popular conservative blogs is called freerepublic.com. Thousands of people post comments on the site every day. Last week, this picture of 11-year-old Malia Obama in Rome was posted on the freerepublic.com. And somebody thought it might be fun to have a caption contest. What followed was, by any basic standards of decency, horrifying. Many of the comments were racist, vile, demeaning, and sexist. Several comments, which we will not repeat, used the most sickening of racial slurs. The hatred was removed from the site for a period of time, and then inexplicably, the comments were put back up. And the website itself became the talk of the internet this past weekend. Joining us is Kristinn Taylor, a spokesperson for freerepublic.com. Kristinn, thanks for joining us. What happened?
Well, David, unfortunately, it seems you've gotten your story from the Daily Kos, which is not a reliable source of information. Those comments that you referenced, which I think you exaggerated the vileness of some of them. I'm not defending them, but you said they were the worst of the worst, and I would differ on that. But those comments were pulled. They were bad, and they shouldn't have been said. And they definitely shouldn't have been said about an 11-year-old girl. But the story that those comments were pulled from the site and then restored with the approval of the site is not true. Those comments, the threads were pulled, and they stayed pulled. They were never restored. So that's not true.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear, because I understand
that's what the supposed reporter used as his rationale to make this a newsworthy story.
Well, somebody put them back up on the blog, and I'm not saying that you did, but here's the bottom line. I've heard that you're regretful this happened. Would you like to take the opportunity to apologize for these comments that ended up on Free Republic?
Jim Robinson has said he is not going to apologize for this. It was the individual posters who are responsible for the comments. We have standards. We fell short of those standards, but at least our side has standards. People on the left in the news media and the Democratic Party, they have no standards. They spent the past 11 months trashing Sarah Palin and her children with the most vile stuff you could imagine.
Kristinn, nothing like this. I guarantee you, Kristinn, anybody who looks at that will see there's no comparison.
Still accepted in polite political company today, including the founder of the Daily Kos, which started all this stuff. So Jim Robinson's position is, when those people clean up their act, and those people have standards, and Jim Robinson will be willing to apologize. But we have our standards, and we're going to adhere to them. The other side doesn't have any standards. We know. Well,
let's be clear, Kristinn. There are things that get posted on websites that we contribute to that, people, you can't control necessarily what people are going to write, but you can control what happens to that information. And I guess the question is, given that you've said that you regret that it did not live up to your standards, what is your particular site going to do to try to dissuade people from doing this? Because I think you would agree that all of us have a burden, not just to say, hey, this is wrong, this is despicable, but to try to discourage people from using such hateful, vile language, right?
Right, and we have a system set up, a system that generally works well. Every once in a while it's going to fall short because we're all human. But basically, we have volunteer moderators that monitor the site. They can't monitor every article and every comment that goes up, but we encourage our users to report comments or articles that are out of line or violate our posting guidelines to the moderators, and they get addressed.
Kristinn Taylor, spokesperson for freerepublic.com. Kristinn, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.